to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners through respective campus locations and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institution. I for the world. Our vision is education. It's a part of our humanity. Based on our vision, we are trying to our free webinar, seminar courses, our quiz competition, mentor. We are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivational letter, and world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day. Kids learning games. Implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional training speakers and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals. We develop all kinds of youth to promote the education of their abilities and we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learners and represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required. To lead a session with professionalism, patience, and improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your well to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,332 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,000 speakers, participants, and evaluations at this moment. This is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www surprises for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all of our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our site information. You will enjoy all features. With mismatches data, you can do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competitions on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous websites oriented because after this session we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you passed, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download. If you are a host of IGP, you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participated in any hot function which organize combined support with IGP, you can download that also. Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activist during the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teach English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement 2, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, Webinar Series 6, Trends in Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research a Comprehensive Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching a Special Program 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificates. Teaching tips for teachers, health tips You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium services websites for free and many more. Dear IGP well wishers, we promised previously, but lack of our technical issues, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to share our services with you. If you have any queries or concerns, please reach out to us at @igpalumni.com. This is a cordial request to you. Check all buttons and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you. But note that without any account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our program name is generating drugs cheap, effective, and safe. And our honorable speaker is Dr. Sunil Malhar Kulkarni. And now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir.
Hello, Ananya ma'am. Thank you for providing such opportunity. Can you hear me properly?
Hello, sir.
Can you hear me? Hello, ma'am. Can you hear?
Of IGP Knowledge Seekers wants to hear from you about you, sir. Now the stage is yours and over to you, sir.
Can you hear me properly, ma'am? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Before starting, I would like to pray to the God to just have a proper our Bangladesh citizens proper peace and have a humanity respect. Today's topic for discussion, it is important for everyone. Those are the patients, they will get the information and they will utilize for them. And for others, they will have the information so they can share to each and everyone. Directly or indirectly, it is helpful for each and everyone. So today's topic title is generic drugs, cheap, effective and safe. Few points we are going to discuss here. That includes introduction, similarities and differences in generic and brand name drugs, myths on generic drugs, advantages and disadvantages of generic drugs approval process, what are the challenges are there in generic drugs production, supply and utilization, how to overcome on the challenges, what is the future for generic drugs, these are very important points are there. So information, advantages, disadvantages, what is the wrong concepts are there, what is the approval process, what are the challenges and how to overcome the challenges. So generic drugs, this is a very common, especially in the health settings. Health team members are there, patients are there, our policy makers are there, our health department very concerned, near and dear subject one is there. It is a one key which is very helpful to reduce cost of health care. WHO says that generic drug medicines can able to huge cost saving as they create competition, driving down the prices. In medication regulations and in WHO pre-qualification, they are efficiency of the generic drug is demonstrated as equal to the brand name. So what is brand name and what is the generic drugs are there? So brand name, these are the company has given the names, owner has given the names. Whereas generic drugs, these are the basically pharmacological products and their contents are there. Based on that, the names are given. Generic drugs contain same active ingredients. So their drugs contain dose, frequency, intensity and action all are same. So Generic drugs contain same active ingredients, have the same doses, form, maybe in a tablet form or liquid form, strength, their dose, route of administration, and intended use. For what purpose the specific drug is used, that will fulfill. That means it is equally effective, equally useful. Is it safe? Brand name and generic name by their content, by their dose, by their form, strength, route, and fulfilling the purposes. There is a big history is there. Few of the points we are discussing here, which is needed to just understand it. The drugs, they are coming under Food and Drug Acts. In 1938, it is included also Cosmetic Drugs Acts for producing the safetiness and standard of the drugs. Last, it converts to the certain specific acts are there. It may be Cooper's Harris amendments, especially the drugs comes under Food and Drug Administration along with cosmetic acts, whereas Hatchis and Waxman acts, they are giving approval of the mechanism of generic copies of all drugs. Recently, very common, we are using the Patent Act. Patent Act means the authority, the person, the organization getting full rights to produce certain goods or services. It is really here related to the drugs. So when generic drugs are produced, three important points are in here. One, when the patent means rights, powers, control of the particular person or agency and their protection ends, because company has given so much expenses, time for preparation related researches and other activities, so it will be not provided to them till their protection ends. Second, patent owners waives the rights. So when some drugs are essential, important, in that cases, some of the patent owners are there, companies are there, for the sake of human service, they are waiving, take off their rights, so that drug will be prepared by many companies. And third, the drugs, generic drug also, just 1 minute. Hello, good evening, ma'am. ते तुम्हाला एक कॉपी दिलेली तेच त्यांनी मला पाठवलेली. आपण आता हा तेच की मग मागचीच दिलेलीच तेच मी म्हणालो आता. हो आम्हाला नाही सापडलं. मग सर जेव्हा चव्हाण सर गेले तेव्हा त्यांनी शोधून त्यांनी मला पाठवली ती कॉपी. हो मागच्या महिन्यात त्यांनी जेव्हा आपण आपल्याकडून घेतलं तर ते आत्ताची जायची अजून काल म्हणजे आपण परवा दिली तरी 2-3 दिवसात तिकडे जाईल. सोमवारी झाले 2-3 दिवसानंतर मग जाईल त्यांच्याकडे. मग आपल्याला हे कळेल त्यांच्याकडून पाठवल्याची त्यांनी. ओके. Sorry delegates, it was very important from our university level call. When the generic drug starts, after exclusive patents or ownership ends, maybe after 10 years or 20 years according to the board. Second, patent owners, they can waive their rights, so they will give authority to produce this drug by anyone. And third, this drug also must meet the requirements, standards of Food and Drug Administration. So there are mainly 3 types of the generic drugs are there. Most common is the pure generic drugs are there. What is pure generic drugs? Pure generic drugs means these drugs are sold by their original compound. Whatever chemical components are there, based on that they are selling the drugs. For example, anti-diabetic one drug is the metformin. So contain is metformin, same name it will be there and the drug will be sold. Second is branded name. Branded name is generic manufacturer. Generic manufacturers gives the separate name. Instead of the brand name, they are giving a separate name to the drug that become as a branded generic. It is a generic after patent holders or patent way of the honor that the companies are producing. Third is a authorized generic. Authorized generic means the owner, they are producing the generic form of the drugs because it is most useful. Life-saving drugs are there, most useful drugs. So their content and the process will be as per generic drugs. So three are there: pure generic, brand generic, and authorized. But most important is the pure generic drugs. These are the few examples of where various drugs are there. For example, paracetamol for fever, commonly we have heard that. Ceftazine, this is antibiotic drugs, antimicrobial is there. One more is amoxicillin is there. Ofloxacin drug is there. Flexazine drugs are there. So these are the pure generic drugs are there. So why this is one table, it gives a clear-cut important ideas that the content is same of the various generic drugs are there, and they are come given the comparison. What is the branded name and what is the branded cost of that? So just compare it. It will be cost very cheap, maybe two-third or more than that. It will be less. It doesn't mean that the content are different. The content are same, but branded name they are produced by the owner, so they having the right to give the name and to have a proper cost. After that ownership or patent overs, that reduces the cost of drug, and they will prepare as in the form of generic drugs. Approval process of the drug for anything, when we are approving, there are certain agencies are there. In these agencies, they are controlling all the content, process, dose, action, safetiness. So for general drug production approval process, it is ensuring the quality and safety. So every drug should meet the standards as per Food and Drug Administration. Second, legal approval, how you are producing it. All these steps, raw material, processing, marketing, labeling, all the legal aspects are approved, then and then the drug will come into the market. And third, good manufacturing process. Good manufacturing process means the facility of design of production of the drug, equipments that should be safe, standard, and sterile. Then personal training, it is prepared by the proper qualified and experienced persons, and they are maintaining the records, how it is created, on which basis it is created, how it is analyzed, how it meets the standards are there, and what are their effects are there, positive effects, if it is negative effects, their documentations are there, and the further actions will be taken. Next, the quality control testing. So whatever the product is there, they will identify the right all type of kinds in the form of like the content, purity, strength, quality of the medicine, then process till raw material to the production. Quality control process is there. And last one in the process, that is a post-marketing surveillance. Post-marketing surveillance means when we are the drugs comes into the market, it is utilized by the various members, and then they will see whatever their actions are there, they are meeting the actions, meeting the standards. If anything is incomplete, wrong, that action will be taken against that. So by authorities of drugs, by legal process as well as research, and meeting the standards of standarding agencies are there. And lastly also how it is utilized and their benefits is received by the beneficiaries. All these steps are important and these are strictly controlled. All above same process, they are applied same for the generic drugs. They are applying the same generic process. They are testing all the standards of the drug: content, purity, process, dose, strain, labeling, each and everything, action, it will be there. Then there will be a review processes there to ensure periodically its quality, safety, and efficacy. Efficacy means how it is effective is there. And then it will be final approval. So the generic drugs come into the market. So there is no absolute difference for production to come into the market. Maybe brand name, company given the name, or generic drugs. Both processes same. This is schematic presentation how the generic drugs are approved. Some legal authorities are there. It may be different by nation to nation or international level. Central Drug Standards and Controlling Organizations, that is called as CDSCO, they are setting the drugs for each and every drugs according to their standards. Control of marketing. So what is the label, what is the cost, what is the process, and when they are marketing, they should give a truth or related to the drugs. No exaggerations, no hiding of any side effects, and approval of the license, the legal process as well as standard organizing process, they have to provide such type of the certificates are there. Then health ministry also taking part in that process, Ministry of the Health and Family Welfare. Sometimes the name will be there different as per their nations. So they are mainly taking care related to the drug production process, prices, research activities, patents, intellectual property rights, and international documents. So they will keep in touch to maintain the standard of international level. If any dispute is there, they will be solved as per the legal process or drug standard organizations SOPs, standard operating procedures. Third, National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. So the company, even the brand names are theirs, they will not keep their price as they like. There are certain processes are there. This agency has given certain guidelines how to fix their pricing. It may be decrease the pricing, increasing, revising. Whole monitoring system is there. They also take care of production, import, and export of the drugs. Generic drugs, the manufacturer should be able to independently update the prescribing safety information as per FDA. Second important rule is that take the permission and pay to get such type of generic drugs from the standard agencies, organization as well as legal agencies. It may be national level as well as if the drug is export or import from other countries, international agencies also taking part in that. This is most important regarding the awareness to correct certain wrong ideas regarding brand name drugs and generic drugs. So myths, these are the wrong concepts are there, whereas facts, what is actual or truth regarding that. First myth is that generic drugs are duplicate. No, generic drugs are not duplicate. They are same ingredients are there, dose, strain, action, everything is same, but they are produced after finishing the patent or rights or the owner of the patent waives off. Second, generic drugs are rejected drugs or fake drugs. No. Sometimes this idea comes because of their cost is low. Later on, we are discussing why the cost is low. Third, generic drugs have more side effect. No, because these are the same contents are there, same dose is there, same route is there, same strength is there, same actions are there. So there is no difference in benefits as well as if there are certain side effects, the side effects are both same or both. Next, brand name drugs produced in a modern drug factory. This is also a wrong concept is there, myth is there, because when we are giving the permissions, legal agencies, standard agencies, both are controlled by the same brand name drug companies as well as generic drugs producing companies, both are taking the same approval process. Generic drugs are ineffective. No. These having same content, same standards, same effectiveness is checked for them. So what is the similarities and dissimilarities are there or differences are there in brand name drugs and generic drugs are there. You can see these are the various titles are there, both having the same label, drug is there, dose is there, strength is there, each and everything, both it is same. The pharmacology companies, according to the country international levels, pharmacopoeia, they are containing same content, same dose. The chemistry content products, chemical agents, both are having same. Manufacturing process, it is controlled, observed by the legal and standard authorities. Then the production cost, marketing, each and everything, it is controlled by the FDA in both level. Then no adding any harmful material or during the process there should not be any other microorganisms. Then testing standards, this is available for both. That means both the drugs are from the start to end, they having same process, same content, same action. What is difference? There are two slightly differences are there according to the production and their names. So in brand name drugs, they are prepared by the owner of the patent. So they are taking various studies, animal studies, chemical studies, biohierarchy, because after testing it, the drug will start. The drug will start. In generic drugs also, some tests are there to find out their efficacy. But what happens here? We are using the generic drugs after owner or patent has given permission. So these studies are need not to have for generic drugs because this whole process is already done by the brand name agencies. One difference is there. Second difference is the brand name drugs and generic drugs, the cost. Why cost is less in generic drugs? Because it is after patent. During the patent research, lot of cost is there or marketing process. Generic drugs, it need not because they are doing afterward. Second, protection. Both drugs, they are protected by the laws. They are same. But generic drugs, the laws of patents over, then they are producing. But their standards, dose, route, strength, action, it is managed by the both thing. Supply, mainly brand names, it is one owner is there. So the one owner, the production of cost will increase. Whereas many companies are there, there will be competition. Again, there will be reduce of the cost. Then research studies, as I told in previous slide, preclinical studies or clinical studies, they are done in a brand name because they are starting the drugs in the market. Whereas generic drugs, after this process, they are producing. That research, marketing, taking certain additional permissions, it will not there. That's why generic drugs are cheap, but they are exactly same. They are exactly same. Only these few points are different. What is different is there inactive ingredients. What is the inactive ingredients? Means active ingredients, they are same in both. Inactive, there may be change of color by the owner, shape of the tablet or any form of the drugs, labelings, the using of the color code, national or international level, or packing, quantity, size, that will be different. But it doesn't make any difference in brand name and generic name, content, dose, administration, and effect. Why brand names are costly? Patent. Patent means getting the right to find out the new things. New things are there. Many research has to conduct. The whole process is that, and it is a long process of using knowledge and other things. So they are having certain charges for filing the patents or getting the patents. Second, multiple research. 3-4 type of the research are needed before starting, during, as well as afterward. So the research cost will include in the brand name. Third, large-scale drug testing are there because this is newly introduced. This is newly introduced, so actions should be 100% effective, and that should be 100% safe, or whatever the harm is there, they have to mention exactly. Last, the marketing process. Brand names, they may use certain marketing strategies. So the heroes are there, or the well-known persons are there. They are taking their charges for marketing. They are very huge. That's why the brand name drugs cost is more. And this is not there in generic drugs. That's why they are cheap. That's why they are cheap. What are the advantages of brand name drugs? First, and very important, it is a cheap. Cheap in cost, not in effect. Cheap in cost, not in effect. Because patent, company, nations, that basic procedures are already known. Second, it prevents cut practices. Certain wrong practices are there for the marketing, advertisements are there. That will be not there in generic drugs. That's why the cost is this. Or competitions are there, multiple companies they are producing, so ultimately the efficacy as well as cost is less. Third, attractive and user friendly. So what you want, they are giving exactly the same. That's why it is user friendly. Basic part of that, actions are same, availability is there, and cost is less. Available and accessible easily. Available and accessible easily. Nowadays, this will go in a high level or huge level. Generic drugs having therapeutic equivalence. That means brand name drugs and generic drugs, their actions are 100% same, 100% equal. And last one advantage is increase of the competition, because the basic research, patents, rights, some legal process, the basic part is over. So the production cost, it is less. Many companies are taking part. That's why there will be healthy competition and no cut practices. That's why its supply, production, and cost will be affordable to each and everyone. There are some disadvantages are there, but these are negligible. They will not available all drugs as a generic drugs, because in the basic we have seen when it is produced, when patents duration is over. It may be 10 years of the research. After 10 years you can produce the drugs. So for it will not available certain present drugs. Or secondly, if the patent is waived out by the author then and then. So during that duration, these type of drugs may not be available. Second, allergic preservatives are there. Sometimes the preservatives, whatever are used, may be individually may be allergy, because every person's body is different. Every person's body is different. Sometimes it may be allergic. And third, rarely may not be suitable for every individual. So these are disadvantages, but these are neglectables there, that not directly affecting to the health of person. Challenges, what are the obstacles are there, what are the problems are there related to the generic drugs are there. First is lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge, because this information is intentionally hidden, or it is the system which is not providing such type of the awareness and marketing. That's why everyone is not getting proper information about that. Second, innovator patent extensions. So after patent, or sometimes the owner of the patent may extend its duration. Extend its durations. If it is extended, we cannot create. We cannot create. We cannot create the system of genetic drugs. Third, product selection. Product selections are there based on the multiple factors are there. Patent expiry, revenue generation, marketing present situation, because each and every country there will be different market situations. In certain situation you might have observed in the corona, how it was very difficult to each and everyone. Active pharmaceuticals ingredients, the raw material should be available at the every time, and generic research and other manufacturing capabilities are there. Next, price erosion. Price erosion, it is actually wrong word we are using. That means cutthroat or unfair competition of the brand name. So marketing are there. There are certain benefits to the particular health team members. So that's why each and everyone, they are not directly exposing the information regarding generic drugs. Next, generic drugs also having the permission of Food and Drug Administration. That process having certain costs which is not affordable by each and everyone. The cost and compliance improve the management and patent compliance. So even the we are saying it is the cost is less, still it is not affordable to developing countries or underdeveloped countries. So still it needs certain other modifications to reduce its cost. Then inferiority complex, mainly it is related to psychological aspect is there. Lack of knowledge leads the wrong ideas, myths are there, the generic drugs are not preferred, not preferred because branded name, the marketing is there, impact of the marketing is there, availability is there, attractions are there, indirectly somewhat forces are there to take it, and lack of knowledge mainly. Last is patient preference as per their experiences. So very rarely the patient having the knowledge, using of the drugs, benefits of the drugs, then and then they will use. But keep in mind, patients are only base ambassador. It may be delayed, but it will be very fast, it will be permanent. Not compulsory or universal advice. Nowadays, most of the countries, by the law, it is made compulsory to have advice the drugs, generic drugs, according to the demand or request of the patient. But it is not voluntary or frequently occurring process. Then insurance barriers. What is insurance barriers? Insurance barriers means when we are taking the drugs, there are some insurance related to the drugs or disease. But the disease companies, insurance companies, they may not cover when you are not taking the drugs which is advised or included by the insurance companies. In that process, some money matter problems may occur. So these are the various challenges are there, but don't see that challenges, we have to see only what are the solutions are there. Whenever there is challenge, there is solution. So first, cost, how to reduce the cost. So generic drugs, the government or private agencies, they are providing, supplying to each and every part of the nations. Jan Aushadhi medical stores are available. So government gives many facilities to them to provide such type of drugs. The cost and the process of reaching the drugs to each and everyone, it will be less. Then promote to use it. So the members, those are doing such type of the activities, they will get certain benefits from the nation or certain voluntary agencies. Government and private agencies supports, especially non-governmental organizations or voluntary health organizations, they are helping directly or along with the government. How they are helping? They are providing financial support, awareness activities are carried out, helping for the knowledge for research or funding process. By this ways, the cost will be reduced. Second, innovations are there. Innovations are important because by the different innovations, the quality of the drugs, cost of the drugs, process, material, basis the availabilities and simplest ways, the cost will be reduced. So innovation, that is new things we are innovating. Next, policy changes. national level or international levels, most importance should be given to the humanity base by even and then after law. So in life-saving drugs, they are very important. In that cases, the policy makers, the legal authorities, standarding authorities may relax certain conditions of the charges or process to minimize the drugs and get availability. Next, education. It is very important. Simple, important action is there. So learn properly, get the informations, interact with them, have a such type of the groups, share the information, practice self, and then report to the others, educating to the users, policymakers, providers about the safety, efficacy, effectiveness. So generic drugs are as equal to the brand names by content, by action, by dose, by route, and side effects. What is the future for generic drugs? The future is very bright because they are helping the same drugs with low cost. We are getting it. Increased awareness is going on and it will increase very fast and that will increase demand, production process, research process, and also it gets work to so many members. Third, improvement of the technologies, innovation ways, there will be cost benefit is there as well as the process of production, marketing, supply, there will be simplicity is there. So increase of the ability in variety it is going on because of its all advantages, and it is not exaggeration, it is a fact. We are having a future. In future generation, they will use 90% of the drugs which will be generic drugs, This is one example is there how the production is going increasing. It is in a USD billions are there. Within few years, the production is going very fast from 400 to around 10,000. The production is going on, ultimately cost it will be reduced, but benefits in that way, in that percent, it will be the same. So those are interested members, related to health team members, especially those are the pharmacists. They can have a generic medicine companies or their medical shops, but they have to follow certain basic practices. Create right business model, the generic drugs related that, design the purpose and goal, why you are producing the generic drugs, how it is going to supply, how we maintain the chain and practice standards and legal practice. Design making strategies are there, how the drugs are produced. Do the company registration. So registration is important. Registration helps to protect your rights or patents. Take special license are there or certain taxation policies are there. Product decisions are there where how it is produced. Attractive product packings are there. Budget from starting to end how much is there. Based on that the cost will be there. Develop workable system. Not only start, maintain, lifelong, and it should be effective. Useful is very important. Utilization and usability is very important. This is my experience. At present, I am a 55 years speaker. I have some problems. I'm not marketing of that or sharing, but with the examples, everyone will get the proper idea. That's why I mentioned. Otherwise, I'm not mentioning anywhere. So presently, I'm suffering with the gout. I'm using the Febucide, which is a generic drugs, which cost is very less, 20-30 rupees is there. And when it is last 4 years, I'm using for hypothyroidism, I'm using more than 24 years. The dose is different, but the same name is there. Then vitamin deficiencies, sometimes we are using, it is also generic drugs I am using or for any other health problems. But I can proudly say, till today, I have not hospitalized for single day last 30 years. Last 30 years. And you are not visited for any side effect of the drugs. In other words, these generic drugs, they are effective, cost effective, actions are proper, safe is there, easily available are there. Easily available are there. But you must take as per prescription of the physician. Do not take voluntary. Do not take voluntary. As you feel there are some advertisements are there by the websites or other informations are there. This drug is there for this action. Don't take voluntary. These are the some research studies are there regarding the generic drugs are there and what is the effect is there. One study was related to patents and chronic diseases attending the public hospitals. What is the results? 93% generics and 83% branded names. Users believe that both drugs are effective. Second, knowledge, attitude, and factors influencing the selections. What they are saying, around 70% students, they are influencing still, these are the health related students are there, they having comparatively less knowledge or information. It should be 100%. Third, related to the purchasing of the generic drugs are there. It is affecting the consumer's attitude, knowledge, information, perspective of the patents are there, experience. When you are not taking the drugs or your relatives not taking the drugs, you will not have such type of experience. In short, we have discussed brand name, generic name, what it is, what is the differences, what are the advantages and disadvantages are there, and what are the challenges and solutions are there. In short conclusion, I would say the reality is that acquisition cost of the generic drugs have been deflecting over the last 10 years. Just 2-3 slides before, the cost is decreasing and usability is very high. These are the few references from the international WHO, ICMR, use. And the generic drug also saying thank you, especially thank to the IGP teams, Ananya ma'am who is hosting this section, and the dear participants. Last 1 year you are listen it attentively. I hope you will share this information because I am sharing to the few members, but you can connect to your whole groups. Thank you. A special thanks because the IGP team, they are taking this type of efforts to make awareness to each and everyone. It improves the knowledge, it is usability, and it is basically for service to the humanity, service to the humanity. Thank you, Ananya ma'am. Thank you, each and everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After our presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seekers. Once again, thank you so much, dear sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our question and session, which is the more valuable part of our regular webinars. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the questionnaire part. Dear IGP
Sure.
knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topics. It will add some value to day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable Sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you, man. Thank you, entire IGP team, because you are taking so much efforts to service to the humanity by different way, by the education, by motivating for research, for human services are there. Your work is great, and I am thankful because you made us a small part of that whole process. Thank you once again, all the participants.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Honorable Sir, before I move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, sir. IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will be back in our we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. So visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website, find a running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If pass, back to the course second to download your certificate. If fail, retake the quiz. Download. And for your attention, I'm going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website, sign up or sign in. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail, retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We changed a few process for online live quiz competitions. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com. Sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competitions anymore. Browse the live quizzes button or given link. Find the session name and join with your logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. Our first question is drug therapy is effective because drugs are cheap. True or false? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option A, and 38% people are correct. And our next question is brand name drugs are more effective than generic drugs in treating illness. True or false? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 79% people are correct. And our next question is generic drugs are generally less effective than brand name drugs. False or true? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option A, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is generic drugs are just effective as name brand drugs in doses from safety, quality, and intended use. False or true? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is are generic drugs cheaper because they are less effective than brand name drugs? Generic are manufactured outside the US and therefore are unregulated, or the active ingredients are identical but contains fillers and inactive int. Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 36% people are correct. And our next question is generic drugs cost more than brand name drugs and not as effective. True or false? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is are generic drugs less effective because they are cheaper? Yes, they are cheaper ingredients, so they are not as good. Or no, they are therapeutically equivalent to trade name drugs. Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is generic drugs are less expensive because they are less effective than brand name drugs. False or true? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option A, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is generic drugs are similar to brand name drugs, but they are often less effective. True or false? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 92% people are correct. And our last and final question is generic drugs are less expensive because they are less effective than brand name drugs. True or false? Option A or option B? answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. Congratulations to our Open online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our Women Online Quiz Competition and our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Professionals. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skills. Never stops learning because life never stops teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end live button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Thank you.